Now the next thing I want to do here is, you can see here the images are totally random. But if you can go to the unsplash, you can search the photo by keyword also. But then the URL is little different. It's search and then photos. And if I open the URL here, it's just /photos. But to search, we need to say search/photos. So first thing I do is I can remove this photos from here so that the URL is actually the real API. And instead of this URL, I can call it API. And because we have made changes in .env, I need to restart server. While this is restarting, let's fix the fetch image because now it's not going to work because we have made changes. Obviously it's restarting. Okay, so point is we need to convert it into API. Also this URL, then comes photos, and then it will going to work just like previously. Okay, so it's loading for now. And yeah, it is working fine. But if I say search, then photos, and we need to give the search term here. And it's like query. The search term is actually the query. Okay, so at the last with the and sign, I can say query is, let's say, dog, like here. Okay, let's see. It says unable to fetch. We have some issue here. Okay, so it says dog, and I think I don't need this. No, we have some issues. So let's see what's the issue. Let's refresh. Okay, so point here is, you can see we are having the result something like this. But if I just search for normal photos, for random photos actually, you can see we are having the images. But when we search, we are having a return statement with the results. So we need to do little tweak. And the tweak is, when we are searching, then instead of response.data, we need to say response.data.results. And now we will see the photos of the dog. Wow, that's nice. But instead of giving this dog from here hard-coded, I want to get from this images, and I want to have some input field. So first I will create a div. Inside this div, I will create a input field, and the input field type will be obviously text. And then on change, we will handle input and input like this. And handle input should be a function we can create here like this, which is going to get the E, that is event. Okay, and now let's give some class to this input field, which is simple width of full. And because this is at the top, we cannot see it, we need to give some styling. First, I'm going to give this div as a margin y of 5. Then I can give this input field some border, some rounded, and some shadow. Let's see. Okay, and if I give the placeholder, this will look very nice. Search photos here. Yeah, it is good. I can also provide some padding here, padding of 2. Cool. So now it is working, but also I need to have some search button, or I can just search as soon as we type here. Now we have this E, that means we can get the e.target.value which will be the actual text we type here. So if I type cat, you can see we have C, then CA, then CAT. Okay, so we have that. We need to create a state. So I can create a use state. This is called search term. Initially the term search term is null. Okay, and then we can go here and set the search term. Cool. So we have that. That means if I go to the components, go to the images, and we have state as null, which is for actually for our this one, which is for the search term. So I can say cat, and you can see now search term become cat. Okay, what we can do with the search term? We can simply pass this search term to our fetch image custom hook. Just like we are passing the page number, we can also pass the searching term. So since we are passing it, we can accept it here. So I can say search term, and now instead of hard-coded dog, I can say search term. Wow, that's nice. So initially it's having nothing, so that's how we are having nothing image. And then if I say now say dog, D-O-G, dog, we have done that. So what if I check for fetch image? Fetch image is a custom hook which is actually getting prop, but the prop is not visible here. It's not visible, no problem. So what we can do, we can log here. So we can simply say log of search term and cat. You can see it is here. But when we have made changes in the search term, then also we need to trigger it. This Axios call is triggering only when page is changing. We also want this to be triggered when search term changes. Okay, so let's try. I can say dog, and you can see we are having this dog images. Very nice. But we have the issue. Issue is, what if I change it and as soon as I type, it is triggering that API call. So if I search for cat and if I say CAT, you can see we have 3 calls. This is the problem, and still you can see it's not reflected with the cat, but it is reflected, but the cat images are added at the bottom. So we can see, yeah, here we have the cat images. So that's the problem. So next problem is, if I refresh, you can see we are not having the random images. We are having this I don't know what kind of image is this. So we have various problems. Let's solve each one by one.